Hey everyone, I'm so glad you're here. Did you know the world is your treasure box? And you can have it all. So stay tuned and see what I mean. So, whether you found us for the first time today or you've been walking with us for a while, welcome. Normally, I would say here we are in sunny Corrales, New Mexico, but it's not sunny. I don't know if you can tell, it's snowing here today. Um, and home of the big skies and cottonwood trees and roosters, but the roosters are hiding today. Oh wait, maybe not. So anyway, I was getting ready to go riding, and we're not going to be able to go because of the weather, but that's okay. I get to talk to you. So today's message is one that really shifted things for me because I had this been told the exact opposite, like the world was a scary place and um, it was not really my treasure box, and I can't have it all, right? There will be some journal prompts throughout this video. I recommend you taking time and spending time with yourself, and share your journal responses below if you want to. So, anyway, look, the world is your treasure box, and you can have it all. Not someday, not if someone chooses you, not when you finally check all the boxes. You can have it all, starting with yourself. But first, you really have to believe you're worthy. So let's talk about the lie, the one they feed us when we're little, especially those of us that were raised or ended up being caregivers and healers, that we have to choose. Be nurturing, not needy, be beautiful, but not bold, be ambitious, not intimidating, give love, don't expect too much in return. So I lived under that lie for decades. I poured myself into others and my children and my patients and all my other activities, my community. And at the end of the day, I could honestly say I would look in the mirror and really not recognize who was looking back at me. And that's what scarcity does. It convinces you that somehow you're less than, that there's not enough love to go around, that there's not enough of you, that the best years are in the past. But here's what I want you to hear clearly, deep in your bones. You are just as worthy as the next guy. No more, no less, but equally divine, equally powerful, and equally enough. Here's your first journal prompt. Where in your life are you playing small because you think it's safer to shrink? Maybe share some of your thoughts below if you want to. I'd be really honored to hear what you have to think. And I also say this with just deep reverence. Nothing outside of you could heal what you can't love inside of you. So, little story. It was during COVID, and a patient came in. She was a paramedic, mid-30s, mother of four, first responder. She'd been just running nonstop through all of COVID, like many of us were. She wasn't feeling well, and she was covering sick kids and coworkers, and she was showing up for everyone but herself. By the time she came in, she could barely breathe. Her sats were in the low 80s. She'd refused to go to the hospital because everyone needed her, but her lungs were shot. And she was in respiratory failure. So I remember thinking that this woman gave the world everything, and she gave herself nothing. Her body was screaming for help, but she kept saying she was fine. She believed somehow self-sacrifice was her strength. But what I saw was someone who'd like really abandoned themselves. And it hit me. So had I, and so were my colleagues. I had abandoned myself again and again. Told myself I didn't matter unless I was doing something for someone else. But self-love changed everything. It wasn't about bubble baths. It was about survival. Put your oxygen mask on first. You deserve to exist, even when you're not saving the day, right? Loving yourself isn't bubble baths and crystals. It's about boundaries. It's about no longer apologizing for being too loud, too sensitive, or too much. Just say slowly, I'm not too much. I'm not too late. I'm not broken. I am becoming. So here's another journal prompt for you. If I treated myself like my most beloved patient, how would my day look different? I mean, besides we would eat all the chocolate pudding we wanted endlessly. What advice would you give yourself that you would give a patient? How's your own life similar to some of your patients? So there is an element of really taking responsibility for our lives and realizing we are the problem. But more importantly, we're the solution. Just repeat after me. I am the solution. It's not the relationship, not the degree, not the weight loss, not the miracle. You are the miracle. You are the treasure. You are the solution. There's a voice in your head that will try and talk you out of your own brilliance. That voice was programmed by people who were scared of their own power. You don't have to listen to it anymore. That voice is not you. There's a famous quote that I love by Lao Tzu. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. So this goes back to how not only how you treat yourself, but also how you speak to yourself. So every time you look in the mirror, how do you speak to yourself? Not about yourself, to yourself. Here's another journal prompt for you. What is the lie about myself that I'm ready to let go? What's the lie? Right? The minute I started believing in my worth, the world really did start responding. I didn't go get a new job yet, and I didn't win the lottery yet, but I walked into every room like I deserved to be there. And I made sure everyone else felt, I didn't make sure, but I wanted other people to feel like they belonged there too. So the more I felt like that about myself, I wasn't coming in throwing elbows trying to prove that I belonged there. I did belong there. And that meant she belonged there and he belonged there. And that's infectious. That's more infectious than trying to shut people down to prove that I belong there, right? Suddenly, more opportunities opened, conversations deepened, even work got easier. Things started showing up differently because I stopped performing and started aligning. So you don't have to hustle your way into healing. You can kind of just receive it, let it flow. You can say to the universe, I am ready to receive this. I'm ready to receive ease. I am safe to shine. So what's one thing you can do this week to show the universe that you're ready to receive? Journaling, meditating. Let this be a moment that you remember. You don't have to choose. You don't have to prove to anyone. You don't have to wait. You were born worthy. The world is your treasure box. And babe, you've already got the key. You are the key. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Not your past, not your doubt, not your fears. If this message hits something inside you, don't let it go out. Like, light it up. Drop a comment below and tell me what treasure you're claiming today. Share this with someone else who might need it, and make sure you've subscribed because we're doing this healing work together week by week. Hopefully with less snow and more sunshine. I'm Nurse Adrienne. I love you. I believe in you. You can have it all and you don't have to do it alone. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me.